Wait, is Lexie Carver actually going to use her dying breaths to completely destroy Kristen DiMera? And are the writers seriously turning Rachel Black into the ultimate legacy villain right before our eyes? I am shaking right now. Let's kick things off with the return of Salem's ultimate bad seed. Lorelei Olivia Mote is officially bringing Rachel Black back to the canvas on Thursday, July 16th. And let me tell you, I am absolutely here for it. The raw spoilers confirm that Marlena Evans is growing increasingly concerned about Rachel Black's troubling behavior. Honestly, I am just sitting here screaming at my screen asking where Marlena Evans has been for the last 5 years. Rachel Black has been a ticking time bomb for her entire life. Think back to when Rachel was just a little kid, constantly manipulating situations to help Kristen DiMera ruin Brady Black and Chloe Lane's relationship. Kristen DiMera completely poisoned that child's mind. Now, with Rachel fresh out of Bayview, Marlena Evans is finally realizing that Rachel is morphing into a miniature Stefano DiMera right in front of our eyes. I honestly believe the writers are setting Rachel Black up to be the next major legacy villain, and it is entirely Kristen DiMera's fault. We know Sophia Choi just supposedly died, and Rachel was absolutely crushed by the news. But let's be real for a second. Kristen DiMera murdered Sophia Choi. Kristen used Sophia to try and kill Johnny DiMera in that apartment fire, and now Kristen is walking around pretending to comfort Rachel about Sophia's tragic end. It makes me sick! The actor playing Kristen, Stacy Hyduck, is absolutely killing it right now with this unhinged performance, but I ruthlessly drag Kristen for what she is doing to her own daughter. Let's not forget the history here, people. Rachel Black literally shot E.J. DiMera. She pulled the trigger on her own uncle. This is a deeply disturbed young woman who has been conditioned by Kristen to believe that violence and manipulation are the only ways to solve problems. When Marlena sits down with Rachel on July 16th, I want Marlena to pull no punches. Fun fact, Lorelei Olivia Mote just booked a role in a horror film called They Know, which is perfectly fitting because Rachel Black is straight out of a horror movie. Moving on to the messiest baby drama in daytime television, baby Kelsey is back on screen this Monday, July 13th. The adorable twins Lena and Mira Chase are reprising the role of Alex Kiriakis and Joy Wesley's daughter. Let me just say, I cannot stand Joy Wesley. If you ask me, Joy Wesley is the biggest gold digger to hit Salem in a decade. Joy manipulated that entire hospital situation recently, faking a medical panic just to get Alex Kiriakis to pay for Kelsey's expenses and force Alex to put Kelsey on the premium Kiriakis insurance plan. And Alex is falling for it completely hook, line, and sinker. Robert Scott Wilson is playing the oblivious, doting father perfectly, but Alex Kiriakis is being an absolute fool. Every time I see Alex holding Kelsey and smiling at Joy, I just want to throw my remote at the television. We all know the real victim in this twisted love triangle is Stephanie Johnson. Stephanie was kidnapped, psychologically tortured by Owen Kent, and is currently suffering from severe PTSD. And what does Alex Kiriakis do? Alex moves his sneaky baby mama into their orbit and expects Stephanie Johnson to just play happy stepmother. I am firmly on Stephanie's side. When Stephanie grabbed that gun and fired it at Joy Wesley inside the apartment, I gasped out loud. Yes, Stephanie ignored every firearm safety rule Steve Johnson taught her, but Joy pushed her to the absolute brink. Now Joy Wesley is weaponizing that near-fatal shooting to completely ban Stephanie from Kelsey's life. Having baby Kelsey back on screen on July 13th means we are about to see Joy twist the knife even deeper into Stephanie's broken marriage. I honestly believe Alex and Stephanie are headed for a brutal divorce, and Joy is going to end up living in the Kiriakis mansion holding that baby as her ultimate prize. But the biggest, most heartbreaking bombshell of this entire comings and goings report is the legendary Lexie Carver. Nikki Crawford continues her incredible run as Lexie, and on Monday, July 13th, Lexie Carver reveals a massive secret to Marlena Evans. We all know what this secret is, you guys. The raw spoilers confirm Lexie confides in Marlena, but if you look at the timeline, The truth is utterly devastating. Dr. Wilhelm Rolf's Versavix resurrection drug is failing. Lexie Carver is dying all over again. I am completely heartbroken for Abe Carver. James Reynolds and Nikki Crawford have such beautiful chemistry, and the writers are ripping our hearts out by bringing Lexie back just to kill her off a second time. E.J. DiMera played God, and now his own sister is paying the ultimate price. I think Lexie Carver goes to Marlena Evans because Marlena is the only person in Salem who can handle this level of psychological trauma. Marlena has died and come back to life. She has been possessed by the devil, and she understands DiMera science better than anyone. Lexie knows that when she dies, Abe Carver is going to completely lose his mind. Abe is already on the verge of a violent breakdown, and I predict Lexie is begging Marlena to provide psychiatric care for Abe and Theo Carver when the inevitable happens. The sheer tragedy of Lexie's situation is mind-blowing. Dr. Wilhelm Rolf warned E.J. DiMera that the lab rat resurrected with the Versavix serum died a gruesome second death, suffering from lethal side effects and sheer mania. E.J. knew the risks, but his massive ego convinced him he could play God with his sister's life. Now Lexie is suffering from severe neurological headaches, and she knows the clock is ticking. The emotional weight of this scene is going to be Emmy-worthy. I can already see Marlena holding Lexie's hands, both of them crying as Lexie accepts her grim fate. And that leads directly to Thursday, July 16th, when Lexie Carver faces off with Kristen DiMera. Hold on a second, Lexie and Kristen? We haven't seen these two truly go to war in years. Kristen DiMera has been running around Salem, causing absolute chaos, trying to murder Johnny DiMera, sleeping with Xander Cook, and terrorizing the entire town. I honestly believe Lexie, knowing she has absolutely nothing left to lose, is going to unleash decades of pent-up DiMera rage on Kristen. Lexie Carver has always been the moral compass of the DiMera family, the one who tried to rise above Stefano DiMera's toxic legacy. Kristen represents everything evil and twisted about their father, and Lexie is not going to hold back. I predict Lexie Carver is going to march right up to Kristen DiMera and verbally destroy her in the DiMera living room. Lexie will call Kristen out for ruining Rachel Black's life, for targeting Johnny, and for being a pathetic, bitter woman who destroys everything she touches. Kristen usually slaps people or throws drinks when she gets backed into a corner, but I think Kristen will be stunned by Lexie's ferocity. Lexie is facing death, so she isn't afraid of Kristen's empty threats. This face-off is exactly what July Sweeps needs. We need a legacy character like Lexie Carver to put Kristen DiMera in her place before Lexie tragically passes. The soap opera lingo for this is a classic cliffhanger, heroine's last stand, and Nikki Crawford is going to deliver an absolute powerhouse performance that we will be talking about for years. This week of Days of Our Lives is going to be an absolute emotional roller coaster. Between Rachel Black's terrifying descent into villainy, Joy Wesley using baby Kelsey to destroy Stephanie Johnson's life, and Lexie Carver preparing for her tragic exit by battling Kristen DiMera, Sweeps Month is delivering the goods. I want to know what you guys think. Do you believe Rachel Black is beyond saving, or can Marlena Evans actually fix Kristen's mistakes? And how hard are you going to cry when Lexie Carver says her final goodbye to Abe? Let me know your wild predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. See you next time.